Hello, dear classmates and teacher. This time I will talk about three very important issues that we must consider as a teacher. The first is using the voice in the classroom. The teacher with the teaching process must be equipped with skill communication, share that allow them to convey their ideas. There's no language, accompanied by a voice carrying emotions and affection. Expressive voice is and very monotony. The teacher feels tender towards the student is perceived in the way the student goes as the voice can be clear and may moving words. A trying good teacher, proper use of his voice ago during the teaching learning process. Do you know how to deliver the best tone and make nice messages? What hygiene and friendly measures must make to keep your voice healthy? How to achieve this? Everything that man thinks and feels channeled primarily through speech and voice. But it is the voice is also elicited by the laryngeal organ, expression of feelings, emotional affective, vehicle of verbal communication. Voice has a mediative connection with the inner life. Speech is fundamentally semantic value basis of ideas, concepts, in the expression of thought. The main attributes of the voice are intensity, pitch, timbre, resonance, and intonation. When a teacher in the classes to students is direct to use voices as a communication tool in the teaching learning process. How to achieve it? Change in intensity to indicate important aspects to their list. Vowel prolongation accompanying stimulative card of nature gestures. Change of tone reaching to change student interested in the exhibition and encouraging the process. The soft timbre but built-in maintain of affection that facilitates a comprehensive and interactive verbal expression, clear and proper breaking thought. Slow but depth communication that allows avoiding verbal pauses, skip, and that activities are clearly understood. Change in intonation to loud questions and develop open messengers. Inflection, tone, and intensity change to emphasis, important and sometimes persuasive as an aspect. Change of speed and intensity to encourage participation in the construction of knowledge accompanied by notes of approval to facilitate interaction from aspects of interest in the teaching learning process. A clear, adequate, and avoid fingers with different sound stimulate, motivate, facilitate understanding of the knowledge imparting voice. How to avoid the deterioration on the speech quality during teaching practice with factors, environmental knowledge, acting student no training in the use of voice. We should not do social control discipline because the student must take note of the important aspects of the class. Perform teaching practice when are we called bronchitis, etc., concerning respiratory symptoms and impaired speech. Okay. Another important important aspect is number two, teacher physical presence. Most school life unfolds, unfolds in gestures and simple actions. Every day, meet again, say hello, hello, talk, work, rest, play, read, write, draw. All this is tremendously important and can be lived for a many. The fullness of life, the joy of being, the happiness of the human encounter cannot be inside or outside of it. The presence of educators is also a look that comes from a way of understanding education. Today we have realized that as we ensure the quality of education, teachers play an important role because they are responsible for preparing citizens of tomorrow. So is teaching. So teaching should not only focus on the content on the curriculum achievement proven by the education system. Commonly during childhood, that the teacher can leave a mark on his students, sometimes good and some bad, but this depends on the actions and the way how does this work. These actions can motivate students to learn and want to be better on the opposite side. That's why the teacher should be aware of the responsibility that comes with their profession and foremost it must be more than a teacher, a leader who can lead the students towards a better future. It is important that the teacher has the balance and maturity to face the challenge of being a leader and the ability to analyze quickly and accurately any situation or conflict that could be presented within the institution and formulate solutions the same. The teacher needs to be a leader who can influence and exert power in his students positively to generate change in them to help them develop as productive. This achieves through confidence and motivation, but mostly through communication. This is why the teacher must have good communication skills to capture the attention of the students and arouse their interest in the knowledge that teachers then impact transmit messages in a clear and consistent manner. And finally is organization in the classroom. The classroom should be a stimulating environment and the same time has to be clean and city and security must convey to child. The effect of all this will stimulate the child learning. To achieve safety and welfare should find the balance between the need to be alone and socialization, tranquility and movement and low and individual activity. Care should be taken illumination and darkness of each zone. The effort on the class will motivate the child in learning and the motivators man change in age course. During the course is also common of to change decoration depending on the focus of interest we are playing with children at that time. The classroom arrangements should facilitate access by children to objects and materials they need. The teaching materials facilitate the development and learning of children and their use sometimes different feet, and others are blocks. Each material should have a specific size and markers for the child to acquire autonomy and thus assume small responsibilities. Should remove the materials that are hard or not required for children. Okay, thank you very much for your attention and how we can put them into practice. Bye bye.